overslept.
What?
I overslept. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do it. I want to do it.
You want to do it?
No, I don't want to do it.
You do. You kept saying, pull this tooth out of my mouth.
I want to do it. Yeah, I want it out of my mouth. I don't want the actual process of it happening, though.
Nobody does.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I want to do it. I want to do it.
I'll let you suffer and scream all night long. Saturday night, like, help.
Ooh, the mountains look pretty. Hey guys, it's Blaze. I really don't want to do this. I kept, there was at least 2 or 3 people who asked me about my trailblazing video from when I went to Big Lots, if that was my real hair. Well, yes, unfortunately, it's my real hair. It's a hot mess.
Only because of why?
Because of lots of bleaching and toning and lots of crap that I've done to my hair, but we're leaving it alone now for a while. And I am joined by my beautiful, lovely mother, as always. And we're going to the dentist, oral surgeon, whatever you want to call him. And he's the one I went to last year when they put me to sleep and took my tooth out, and it was a very bad tooth, and they put me. It was a wisdom tooth, and they put me to sleep.
About 20 IQ points. Get it, wisdom? Get it?
It's too early for this. Anyway, so he's the same. So I know he's a good guy and he's awesome and stuff like that. He actually remembered me because of this necklace right here. So I'm gonna see if a year later he'll remember me. Wore the same necklace for that reason. Shut up. I just want to see if he'll remember. So, I don't know. I haven't been allowed to eat or drink anything, including water, for a long time now because I don't know if they're going to have to put me to sleep again. I'm really kind of hoping they don't, even though last year was hysterical. I was recorded. Kaylee at the dentist, even though, Ma, how many times do I have to tell you I really don't like using my real name on my...
I mean, Blaize are at the dentist. Okay,
it's too late now.
Blaize and not Blaize. No, that's porn.
I'm tired too. What is it, 9:20? That's not...
Going to sleep by now.
Yeah. I didn't get much sleep. I overslept. So I didn't prepare for this. And I'm not happy. No, it's not good. Because... No, I'm anxious. One of my phobias is the dentist. Major phobias is the dentist. It's always, everything goes back to my emetophobia, my fear of being sick. But I don't like being lower down and having people in my mouth and going, Mommy. What? Oh my God. She was thinking of Little Shop of Horrors. That's why she started joking around and laughing.
Well, you have to tell the Bill Murray part.
The Bill Murray part. I'm sure they'll know which, since this is a dentist video. So this is trailblazing. Let's go to the dentist. Let's get my tooth removed because we're going to get a tooth removed. Really bad, angry, nasty tooth that needs to come on out.
It's already removed now.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. This one's been worked on a lot. So, I don't want to do this. It's like, it's not that I hate the dentist like most people. Oh yeah, I hate going to the dentist. No, I'm phobic of the dentist. So this is really, yeah, I know that. And I'm one of them. I don't like doing this. I don't want to do it. Can we go home? Can we go home?
We can go home, but I'm going to be taping your mouth shut so I don't have to hear you screaming in pain.
Alright, we're here. Let's just get this crap over with. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Ow! I hate where we live. I want to do this. 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 Dr. Nelson, right? Rock the new zoo. I'm gonna record you. I'm gonna record you.
No.
I'm gonna record you.
No, come on, no, I didn't even fix me.
There, I'm recording your face. I'm recording all of your face.
You can't, my face is not even towards you.
I'm zooming in. I'm
Stop
zooming
it.
in. I'm zooming in. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. I want the sign. I want the sign. I'm tired. Look how tired.
You still look gorgeous. I'm not allowed to film.
Yeah, yes, you are. I'm having a freaking panic attack. I don't want to do this.
I'm just gonna calm down. A lot of times before you came through it very, very well. It's just the initial pre-anxiety. You're gonna be fine. We'll numb it. It'll be over with. You'll be fine. Just don't try to
Kick
build it
those
up.
teenage boys' asses.
Just don't build it up in your head more than you have to. You're gonna just get yourself upset, and then after it's gonna be all over, and you're gonna be able to be calm. You're gonna feel sick. So just don't do this to yourself. You're just making it worse for later. You're making it worse for now. You don't need to be this nervous. You've done this before. Everything's been fine, and he's really nice, calming doctor. A nice, gentle doctor.
I know, I remember. I love how I'm not only wearing my Nightmare Before Christmas thing, but I'm also wearing one of my Halloween shirts. My black cat and a witch hat. What? Representing Halloween. Happy Halloween.
On Leap Day.
On Leap Day. Happy Halloween. Rocking the scrunchie. Nostalgia. What? I used to rock the scrunchie every day in high school and in middle school. What? Hey guys, it's Blaize. It is about 14 hours after I shot the first part of this video. So I'm gonna do a story time because I wanted to originally do the whole video as a trailblazing thing, and I thought it would be a funny experience after last year when I went to this oral surgeon and I had my wisdom tooth removed and they put me to sleep and I was just acting really funny. I have it on a video but I can't find it. It's on Facebook somewhere, but and I thought it would be the same thing this time. It was not, and I'm having a little bit of PTSD again. So I know this might not seem like a big deal to most people. Most people, you know, I know that it's very common to be afraid of the dentist and nobody likes going to the dentist, but I have an extreme fear of the dentist because it all stems back to my emetophobia, which is the fear of vomit and vomiting or whatever. And it's not that I don't like dentists, it's the part where you have to lean back and you can't swallow anything and they're putting tons of stuff into your mouth and you're gagging and there's just stuff going down your throat. That's terrifying to me. So when I went to this oral surgeon last year, he did a great job. He was a great, awesome person. He, you know, he loved my Nightmare Before Christmas pendant, one of them, of the mayor, because he's my favorite. And I even said earlier on in this video I was going to see if he remembered me by wearing that tag, and he actually did. It was really funny. But let me give you a little bit backstory on this tooth before I get into what happened today. Okay, if you didn't watch my What is Emetophobia video, I can link it down in the description if you guys want to watch that. Basically, all of my teeth are very, very, very small and also discolored, as you can see. That is due to a condition called enamel dysplasia, which I have because of my constant anxiety and panic attacks. I clench my jaw all of the time, and I'm also grinding my teeth awake and asleep. So I'm not consciously aware of when I'm doing it. It's just what I do. But because I do that 24/7, it messed up my teeth. I've grinded my teeth down to like baby teeth size, that even all dentists have said, and it completely ruined the roots in my teeth, underneath my teeth. So this tooth last March, actually, it'll be almost a year soon. We went to I forget what they're called, the special dentists who do root canals, and she said it needed to have a root canal. None of my teeth that I've ever had removed or worked on were really due to any kind of cavities or anything. It's all because of all the problems I have with my teeth are from the enamel dysplasia. So they took an x-ray and said that it was going to need some serious surgery. So we actually hired, my insurance did not cover me being put to sleep, so they had to get an anesthesiologist from a hospital, and we had to pay out of pocket, which was something around $3,000 for me to be put to sleep for a procedure that they thought and they told me was going to be about an hour-ish. So we get there, and the anesthesiologist is in the room, and I'm signing all the paperwork, okaying everything, and he pumps me full of 4 or 5 different drugs, including propofol, and I did not fall asleep at all. I was conscious and aware the entire time, and I even tried telling them, I'm awake, don't start yet, I'm awake, and they completely ignored me. So after an hour and a half of this going on, the receptionist comes into the room and says to ask the dentist how I'm doing, because my parents wanted to know what was taking so long. And the dentist who was working on me said, oh, tell him she's doing great, she's doing a great job, and tell them that she is asleep. Okay? I said I'm not asleep after she said that, and they just pretended that I wasn't there. They totally ignored me. So this was a 3-hour procedure that they didn't even finish, and I was not asleep during. So they couldn't finish it because my roots are so bad in this tooth that they could not finish it. So during the past year, you guys know about all my medical problems that I have going on, and some of them trump other ones. I mean, it's more important to take care of certain ones than other ones at the exact time, and the tooth was kind of lower down on the list of things that needed to be taken care of immediately. So I went back to this oral surgeon who took my wisdom tooth out last year, not the one who lied and said I was sleeping or anything like that. This was Dr. I'm not going to say his last name, I mean, even though it's in this video, so I guess I'll just call him Dr. Nelson. As a person, I have a lot of respect for him. He's very sweet, he's very compassionate, he's very patient. He understood very well about my phobias and everything like that. I was going to be put to sleep, but my insurance did not cover it. And he assured me that this was going to be like a 5-minute or less procedure, and that I wouldn't really need to be put to sleep if you know, I didn't want to be, and of course I wanted to be, but I was like, all right, if it's 5 minutes, not a big deal. I've had 3 or 4 teeth removed before, and I only had to be I only had to be put to sleep 1 time by this same surgeon. So they do a full x-ray where they spin it around your head and everything, and they didn't tell me I was going to have to take all my earrings out and my eyebrow ring and everything. So I was there for a while, taking out all my piercings. But so I can see the x-ray on the giant television that's sorry, that's makeup, the giant television that they have in front of the chair, where it's like it's from the laptop that they're using back there, so I can see what she's doing up there. And my tooth, this one looked real bad. And I'm not a dentist, and even I can say that x-ray looked really horrible. But so he was just going to be extracting that was the goal for today. And he said it 5 minutes or less, and I've had that happen. I had a great oral surgeon back in New Jersey who was awesome, had things done in less than 2 minutes. So I was like, all right, if he says, I trust him, seems like a great doctor, and you know, he has even great reviews online, like nobody has any complaints about him himself. So I didn't really think it was going to be too much of a big deal, and it was promised to me by multiple people that this was not going to be a big deal, that this was just something I can get through and not have a problem with. So I'm having a panic attack to begin with, and I kept sitting up when he kept injecting me with the numbing agent. I did not mean to. It's just kind of like a reflex I do when I'm scared. I do not like leaning back and having things in my mouth like that and having my neck tilted up and everything like that. I just, you know, it's a reflex. And he had to give me a lot of numbing agent because for some reason my pain tolerance is really, really low, but my tolerance for medication is extremely high. So, and he remembered that. So he gets done with the numbing agent, and we let that sit in for a few minutes. And I'm like crying at this point with just my mom in the room, and she's, you know, she's trying to reassure me everything's okay. I don't care if people think that I'm 27 years old and I still live with my parents, and you know, and I still have these problems and my parents stick with me. I don't care if people think that's pathetic. It's not at all. I'm disabled. I'm on legit disability. I have five chronic pain illnesses and more than 5 other kinds of illnesses. I'm not crazy or anything like that, but the severe panic attack disorder, the acute anxiety disorder, the generalized anxiety disorder, the PTSD, so the OCD, just everything with that. So I'm on permanent disability, which I've discussed before in my phobia video. So yeah, I'm gonna link that down in the description box if you guys are interested in watching that. So I finally lay back, and he goes in, and you know, he you know, tells me that there's going to be tugging and pressure, and if I hear cracking, not to freak out. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I've had that done before. I don't mind, you know, that part, because that means it's just the tooth coming out and you're done. So that kind of makes me feel better when I hear that part. But if you see me rubbing here, there's a reason for that, and it has to do with what happened today. So about 5 minutes into the procedure, I think my tooth is all the way out by this point. And I'm like, okay, what is taking so long? He said it'd probably be less than 5 minutes. And then he goes on, he, like, without any hesitation or an I'm sorry, or even coming out and saying he made a mistake, he did. And he perforated my sinus canal. And I know that that is not an uncommon thing to happen, but I've never had it happen. And now, I don't know if you can hear it, but there is some kind of airway going in between my sinus canal, or my nasal canal, and into my mouth. So I have like a hole. I do have a hole, but it's very weird to try to explain. It's like having a straw in your mouth, but it's with your sinuses right here, so connected. It's just awful. I actually have really bad sinus problems, and I'm on a prescription nasal spray called Flonase because of my sinus problem. I have sinus problems because when I was a kid, I used to don't think cocaine, but these. I was addicted to tons of nasal spray, using them all the time, and it's totally screwed up all my sinuses and my nasal passageway. Then he sticks this little cotton thing about this big, and it's a collagen pack, and he packs it with collagen, and he's going about this as if this is a normal procedure and that he did not fuck up in any way, and that to me is messed up. He could have told me he made a mistake. I mean, he was probably trying to keep me calm. I would understand that, but let me know that you made a mistake, because I did not know what was going on. And then he gave me 5 stitches, and I was like, what the hell is going on? I've never had stitches in my life, and now 2 times in less than a month I've had surgery. I mean, not well, yeah, surgery, but I've had stitches. 1 in my tailbone, and now 1 in my mouth. Or multiple on my tailbone and multiple in my mouth. So I am not allowed for the next month to blow my nose. I cannot be around anybody smoking medical marijuana, so I can't be around I can't go in my sister's room. She has to go outside. I can't spit, really. I can't clear my throat all that much. For a few weeks, I'm on a liquid diet, pretty much, like you would be, but if you just got a tooth extracted. But there's much more, like, these other things are not normal things that you have to avoid when you just get a tooth removed. Sorry, my the program froze on my phone. Yeah, so normal healing time for something that would, if he did it the correct way, would have been around 2 weeks. He says mine's going to be around more of a month and a half. I do not heal quickly anywhere, and he put me on amoxicillin to take 3 times a day for 2 months, I believe. 2 or 3 months. I have to go back next month and get the stitches in my mouth removed. This had me in one of the worst panic attacks I've ever had in history. I was legit 2 seconds away from throwing up. I honestly believed I was going to be sick. And if you guys know, emetophobia is the phobia of vomiting, anything to do with vomiting at all. I actually, knock on wood, I actually have not thrown up since I was 8 years old, when the incident happened that caused my emetophobia, where I was vomiting violently over and over again, and I was alone. And but that's in that video. I'm trying to stick to this topic, but I kept saying over and over again, I'm gonna be sick, I'm gonna be sick. And they actually gave me one of the kidney tubs to keep, because I could not, I was so extremely nauseous, and I felt it in my nasal canal. So he says it's okay for me to take Sudafed pills, but I cannot use any nasal spray whatsoever, and I can't blow my nose. And I know I've said that, but how am I supposed to, you know, in my sleep, I'm constantly blowing my nose, and it's just like, I'm always reaching for this. Like, how am I consciously going to be aware of this all of the time now for like a month to 2 months, or even 3 months? I don't know how that's even possible for me to do. So in my mouth right now, it sounds like a freaking squeaky toy. And it's really, really hard for me to swallow anything, including just regular water. Like, even a tiny sip of water is really, really, really difficult. But this panic attack was so bad that I ran out of the building completely, and I couldn't get into the car. I was panicking so much, I didn't want to be into anything moving. I just kind of just wanted to be home. And I know that the only way to get home is to drive home, and it's about 10 minutes away from my house. So it's not a huge long drive, but when you're in that kind of state of panic, it seems 10 minutes might as well be 3 hours. So we had to wait outside for like 15 minutes because I could not let my mom drive me home. I was panicking way too much. But I eventually just closed my eyes and forced myself to stay in the car, even though I wanted her to pull over 10 times. I just wanted to get home and be in bed again, and he says I have to avoid hiking in mountains and anything that would make my ears pop, so I have to avoid any kind of elevation. So between my tailbone and now this, I am stuck in bed for I don't know how long. And some people will be like, oh, I wish I could be stuck in bed, you know, and watch TV all day and eat food and blah, blah, blah. No, you have no idea how horrible it is to be stuck in bed 24/7 and not have another option. It sucks. It's awful. You're in pain, you know, because you're getting stiff. You're not doing anything. And I know you know, I wanted this to be a trailblazing video that was going to be funny, but now it ended up being story time of another traumatic experience from a doctor. And like I said, I don't have anything against this guy. He was very, very nice to me and everything like that, and very patient when I kept sitting up and asking, you know, for a sip of water and everything like that. He was very good about that, but I would like him to admit that he screwed up royally on my tooth. My grandmother is so furious, beyond furious right now. She was like, I've never heard of a girl who is 27 years old, or a person who's 27 years old who has to go through as much medical shit as my granddaughter. And she's right. And I can't take much more. It made my mother tear up. It still is, because she feels guilty, because she was one of the people who told me that this was going to be really, really quick, that I didn't need to be asleep, that this was going to be a piece of cake. And I do not blame her at all, because that's what it was supposed to be. It is purely the oral surgeon's fault. It is his fault, but like I said, as a person, I still like him as a person. He's very funny, very kind, very, you know, like I've said, but I just would like him to admit that he screwed up, and now I'm suffering. I can't sleep at all. I took some sedatives to try to help me to sleep, some sedatives, my prescriptions, you know, my Xanax and stuff, to try to sleep. And I can't, because I can't breathe correctly, and it's hurting too much. And not just the pain of a tooth being extracted. I know that pain. I've had it a couple times before that, because I've had teeth removed, you can see. This is a different kind of pain, and I can feel the stitches, and it's all around terrible, and I'm not even supposed to be talking all that much. I should be resting my mouth at the moment and actually not sitting up like this. I should not have my tailbone in this position either, so I'm going to end this video now. Before I end this video, I want you guys to know that, well, as you guys know, midnight today was the deadline to enter my 75 subscribers giveaway. And there it's down to 3. I have narrowed down to 3 people, though this was really, really hard. I read all your emails, your messages, your text messages, your comments, all of them, and I love you guys so much, and it's going to be real difficult for me to choose one person. But if you don't win, I know I've said before, but this is the gigantic tote bag that is just filled, completely filled with goodies and things to go into future giveaways. And I'm probably going to be doing another giveaway next week, or a contest, which will have some prizes in it. I got to think about it for a night or two, and tomorrow or later tonight, whenever I'm feeling up to it, I will make a video announcing the winner of my 75 subscribers giveaway. I today reached 91 subscribers, which I am just floored, and that made my day. The only good thing about today was me seeing 91 subscribers, and I cannot thank you guys enough. I love you. I love you guys so much. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, unless they're nasty and you'll be reported. Follow me on Instagram. It's .blaize. I'll leave my name here and in the description box below. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good life, and I hope none of you guys have to suffer or anything like that. And if you've ever had an experience with a bad doctor, or a bad experience with a good doctor, or just a memorable experience, or if you've had something similar in my situation, comment down below. We can totally talk about it, or email me. I'll leave my email in the description box. So until next time, stay wicked. I love you.